Hey everyone, it's Olivia and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the books that I am planning to read this month. I decided to take it pretty easy because I haven't been reading that much lately, so I only have 3 books on my list for this month. So I'm going to be starting off with A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. This is the 3rd and final book of the Shades of Magic trilogy. It's a fantasy series that takes place in a world where there are 4 Londons: Red London, Grey London, White London, and Black London, and it follows our 2 main characters, one being Kel, who is an Ontari, which is a rare type of magician who can travel between the different Londons, and our second character, Lila, who is a thief from Grey London, where magic has long since died, and she gets wrapped up in Kel's world, and the 2 of them find themselves on this adventure. So that's like the whole premise of the first book. I won't dive into what this book is specifically about because it will spoil the first 2 books in the trilogy. So the first book, A Darker Shade of Magic, I thought was okay. And the second book, A Gathering of Shadows, I thought was worse than the first book. So I don't really have many expectations for whether or not I'm going to like this book. Hopefully I like it more than the second one, but I'm really trying not to get my hopes up. This one's also a little thicker than the other 2 books, so it's gonna take me probably a little while to get through it. I kind of have a problem finishing series, so I really want to read this book and finish this trilogy this month. So I have a review up of the first book, and I'm planning to do a review of the second one, so make sure you keep an eye out for that, and once I finish this, I will be reviewing it as well. The next book that I'm planning to read is My Last Summer with Cass. This is a graphic novel that follows 2 childhood best friends, Megan and Cass, who spend every summer together at a lakeside cabin with their families, and the both of them really love creating art together. But as they grow older, Cass moves to New York. Eventually, Megan convinces her parents to allow her to visit Cass in New York. When she gets there, she discovers that Cass is a lot different than how she remembers her. However, there is one thing that is still the same, and that is the fact that the 2 of them make the best art together. But then one friend betrays the other, and they don't know if their friendship or their art can survive. This is actually an arc that I received from a giveaway by the novel, so this is actually not released yet until March. Since it is a graphic novel, I'm pretty sure I can definitely read this in one sitting. I love graphic novels, and the premise of this one is just so interesting to me. I love themes of friendship and art, and the combination of the 2 in this sounds really good. The last book that I'm planning to read is Shine by Jessica Jung. This is a story that follows a Korean American teenager named Rachel Kim who gets thrust into the world of K-pop when she gets recruited by DB Entertainment, which is one of the biggest K-pop production companies. She only has to follow 3 rules. 1, train 24/7. 2, be perfect, and 3, don't date. Sounds easy, right? But then she falls in love with a fellow K-pop idol and DB golden boy Jason Lee, and the dark realities of the K-pop industry begin to rise. So the author Jessica Jung is actually a K-pop legend, and she's a former lead singer of Girls' Generation. So I'm really excited to see how she explores the K-pop industry in this book. Originally, when this book was announced, I thought that it was definitely gonna be an exploration and a deep dive into the dark realities of the K-pop industry, but based off of the synopsis, I realize now that it's probably gonna go down the path of more of a tropey cliche romance story. So I'm really glad that I picked up on that before I started reading the book, because I would have been completely misled and just thrown off because of how I had assumed the book would be. And that being said, I was kind of looking into what people thought about this book, and there's like this whole controversy about how it's basically an autobiography, and I just don't want to go anywhere near that. Once you start putting like K-pop stuff into anything, there's always going to be people who have something to say about it, and I'm just not going to go anywhere near that. I'm going to properly social distance myself from that. That being said, I did read that Jessica Jung said that she didn't want to write an autobiography or a tell-all story about her life and her experience, and she just wanted to write good entertainment. So going into this book, I'm just gonna be judging it on whether or not it entertains me. So I'm really hoping that it does, and I'm hoping that I actually enjoy reading this. Those are the 3 books that I'm planning to read this month. I'm pretty sure that I can get through all of these. If not, at least get through that graphic novel. Let me know in the comments below what you're planning to read this month. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, and if you want to see more of my stuff, then make sure you hit subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when I upload, because I upload twice a week on Mondays and Fridays, and you don't want to miss out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!